boy, did he pitch on Wednesday night against the San Francisco Giants, a team that he absolutely has dominated in his career on the mound. And he did that again. So it was his 7th start of the season and maybe his best start of the season. He went 7 innings pitched. He struck out 8 guys on the mound. He only gave up 4 hits and he threw 105 pitches. So he went back out for the 7th. Again, I've told you all year, he's going to continue to push that one extra inning that we haven't seen from him really in his career. And he did. He pushed back another inning, goes in after the 6th inning. Dave Roberts doesn't even go up to him. He just says, you're back out there. Shohei goes out for the 7th, ends up getting out of it, and 105 pitches, which was his high pitch count of the year. 8 strikeouts on the mound, only 2 walks, 4 hits, 7 innings, 0 runs once again. And he lowers his season ERA to 0.82. That is the lowest starting pitcher ERA through the first 7 starts of a season since Jacob deGrom in 2021. He was at a 0.80. Shohei Ohtani through his first 7 starts is 0.82. It started quick. It started early. He was dominant early in the game. First inning, hits 101 miles an hour to get out of a jam. Ends up getting out of that. Stuff looked good immediately. Really only used the fastball and the sweeper in the game. I would say the strong majority. He was pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher. Threw a couple of splitters, but not many, and he didn't need it. Hit 101 in the first inning, gets out of his jam. On to the 4th inning where he struck out the side. Struck out Rafael Devers, who ended up falling down to a knee, which was funny. It's just how Rafael Devers is one of the best hitters in baseball. Shohei made him look foolish at the plate. And then to get out of, then he strikes out Devers again to get out of the inning, and he unleashes so much emotion out of Shohei on the mound. I think that's how you can see what he is most passionate about. His personality, his emotion comes out far more when he is on the mound than when he is hitting. So he gets out of that, he screams, he's through another scoreless inning, and then he gets through that 7th inning. In the 7th inning, we saw him get in some trouble, and Dave Roberts did not waver. He was over 100 pitches. He gets right around that 100-pitch mark, gets in some trouble in the 7th inning, gives up a long fly ball with 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd. A pretty deep fly ball, ends up being catchable, but Willy Adames, who's the runner on 2nd base, really helps out Shohei here, and I love Willy Adames. Willy Adames is a friend of mine. I think Willie forgot how many outs there were, which just cannot happen in that instance. You have Shohei on the ropes. You have him, the most trouble he's been in all game, especially considering he's over 100 pitches. He gives up a deep fly ball, ends up being caught for out number 2. But I think Willy Adames thought there were 3 outs, so he just kept running. And that was the inning. They end up doubling him up at 2nd base. Shohei Ohtani is pumped, and he is done for the game after 7 scoreless innings, lowering his ERA to 0.82 on the year. Look, his typical sweeper usage is about 25%. He was around 40% on Wednesday night. The sweeper was feeling good, and he was letting it go. He talked after the game about using that sweeper and just how confident he is in that. We'll talk about that in a minute, but used it a good bit more than his season average. We saw a couple guys. There were a couple innings where he ended up getting himself in a little bit of trouble. But with 2 strikes, Shohei has been unhittable this year. A 0.68 batting average against with 2 strikes. That's the best in the league. You get yourself to 2 strikes against Shohei Ohtani, you are done. What I was most impressed with is the fact that he threw 22 pitches in the first inning. 22 pitches. And to still get through 7 innings pitched is really impressive. If you're watching a game and you're not like the most into baseball or every little thing happening, what you're shooting for as a pitcher is to get through an inning in 15 pitches or less. If you start adding that up, you can get through 6 innings at 90 pitches, go back out and get to 105 through 7. 15 pitches or less is what you want per inning. And to get through 7 innings still after 22 pitches in the first inning was really impressive. Not just getting through it, but dominating 7 innings, truly. Look, I know he was coming back from an injury last year, but he, in his first year pitching with the Dodgers, was averaging 3.36 innings per start for the Dodgers. And I know it was a ramp up, and I know he started by throwing a couple innings, but 3.36 innings per start. This year, he's averaging 6.17 innings per start, which is the best we've seen from him. It's really good. So he's just continuing to make history on the mound. He's continuing to dominate. He's continuing to build his Cy Young case. 2.04 ERA through his first 20 starts as a Dodger. This was entering last night, so it's under 2. It's under 2 at this point. But through his first 20 starts, a 2.04 ERA, which is a record in Los Angeles Dodgers history for lowest ERA through first 20 starts in a Dodgers uniform, passing Hideo Nomo, who is an absolute stud in himself, beating his prior record. So he was nasty on the mound. He dominated. He was really good. He used his sweeper a lot. He used his fastball a lot. His velocity was really good. And he finally got some run support. Shohei Ohtani had 3 runs of support in his last 3 starts combined. That's insane to me. He got 4 runs of support. It felt like a hit parade. 4 runs of support is not that crazy, but it's more than he had in his prior 3 starts combined. So he finally got some run support without being in the lineup once again. And after the game, he did speak about his pitching. I love watching Shohei pitch and then hearing him talk about it because you kind of get inside of his brain a little bit and what he's thinking about. And he was asked about his pitching performance, and he said, "I did what I knew I had to do today. I worked with Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, and Will Smith, the catcher, to read and react to their swings," which is interesting. So he's working with all those guys throughout the game to kind of get inside their mind, see what they're thinking, the opposing team, and adjust to that. He also said the sweeper felt pretty good, which we knew. It was pretty obvious. He was throwing it all the time. Sweeper felt pretty good. But what I love is he said, sweeper felt pretty good. Even if a hitter is sitting on it, it's not necessarily something I won't throw. I love that. There's so many times. Look, there's not often a pitcher is so dominant that you're like, look, you know what? Unless it's a fastball. A lot of times it's like, okay, I know you're looking for the fastball, but I'm going to blow it right by you. There's not often a pitcher knows his stuff is so good that a hitter could be sitting on an off-speed pitch and you still throw it knowing they won't be able to hit it. His sweeper is basically unhittable right now, and he knows it. And that's what that statement is. Look, they might be sitting on it. I don't care. I'm going to throw it, and I still feel comfortable that it's better than you and going to be able to get you out. I love that out of him. That is confidence. He spoke about his ERA being under 1 so far this year. So he's through 7 starts, and his ERA is 0.82, and he spoke about that. He was asked, how are you feeling on the mound? Your ERA is under 1, and he said, it feels pretty good. I feel really good with my pitches. But today, the deep fly ball to end the last inning, that could have really swayed my ERA. So I think there's some luck involved as well. There's not luck. There's not luck involved. And look, I can fully admit when I watch Shohei speak after the game, it is through his translator. So maybe there's a little bit of lost in the translation in terms of what Shohei says, and then his translator waiting a good bit to then try and repeat exactly what he said. But what his translator said is that there's some luck involved as well. Maybe some breaks, some fortunate breaks. It ain't luck that his ERA is under 1. The man is unhittable. The man is the most unhittable starting pitcher in the game of baseball, and I don't actually think that's even up for debate. If you were to ask the best pitcher in the league right now, this is no discredit to Paul Skeens. Shohei Ohtani is unhittable right now. He's the best pitcher. He's the best starting pitcher in the game of baseball right now. I truly believe that. He was then asked about adjusting to the first season as a full two-way guy in 2 years. Because last year he wasn't at first, and then he started working his way back. So he was asked how he's adjusting to his first full two-way season, both at the plate and hitting. And he said, first and foremost, the fact that I am not injured is a good thing. I do want to contribute more offensively. I haven't done that this year, so I'm looking forward to doing that, which was interesting. He's asked about, it kind of shows you where his mind is at. Okay, I'm having the best year of anybody on the mound. I have the best ERA in all of baseball, but I need to do more at the plate. And that's just Shohei Ohtani's mindset for you. So he's given up 4 earned runs all season long. 7 starts, 4 earned runs, and 43 innings pitched. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So we can continue to have a Cy Young conversation. And I think a lot of people, he's not the favorite to win. If you look at like FanDuel Sportsbook, if you look there, he's not the favorite to win. There's Paul Skeens, Christopher Sanchez, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, all have better odds to win than him. And it's because he doesn't, being in a 6-man rotation is tough. You're getting, over time, you're getting less starts than other pitchers. But it doesn't matter to me. I believe Shohei Ohtani is going to end the year. I think he can end the year with an ERA sub 1.5. And if you're going to do that, I don't care if you have like 5 less starts than somebody else. I think you should win the Cy Young Award. So I truly believe at this point, with the dominance we are seeing, that Shohei Ohtani is going to win the Cy Young Award. I don't think there's a better, more dominant starting pitcher in baseball right now than Shohei Ohtani. And it feels like the kid gloves have been taken off of him. And this is his want. He wants to win a Cy Young Award. But it was treating him careful because you don't want him to get hurt before, right? Okay, you're at 80 pitches, 85 pitches through 6 innings. Great start, you're done. And this year, it's no, you're at 85 through 6, and you're rolling. I'm going to let you go back out there, and you're going to get over 100 pitches, and you're going to get yourself out of a jam in the last inning. That's what I was most excited to see. Not just that he went back out for the 7th inning, but it's that he got himself into a little bit of trouble, and he got out of that in his final inning. That was great to see. He showed a lot of emotion throughout the entire start. Against the Giants, I told you, his dominance against the Giants is insane. He's given up 1 earned run in 28 innings pitched against the Dodgers, which is just ridiculous. So now he's 3-2 on the mound. The fact that there is 2 losses when he's given up 4 earned runs all year is crazy, but that's the lack of run support for you. 3-2 on the year with a 0.82 ERA, a 0.82 WHIP, and 50 strikeouts compared to 11 walks. 50 strikeouts and 43 innings compared to just 11 walks, which is absolutely masterful. I told you he shows a lot of emotion on the mound. You see more of his personality come out. There was one funny moment when I was watching the game live and I saw this, but then I saw a replay. But he was like shaking off. He was shaking off Will Smith. Obviously, he's getting the pitch in his pitch comm in his ear. But there was clearly some sort of pitch that, like, I don't know if it confused him or surprised him, but the look on his face when he's like shaking and then he looks confused about a pitch was absolutely hysterical to watch, which is just more of his personality coming out. But also what we got a chance to see, because he needed to stop the game and pause to tie his shoes, the cameras zoomed in while he was tying his shoes, and what we saw is that his cleats have Decoy, his dog, on the tongue of his shoe. So the camera and the broadcast team had a good conversation about that, which is just cool to see. It was Decoy. Shohei loves Decoy. Decoy is on his cleats out there bringing him good luck because Decoy is a good boy. Of course he is. Another dominant start on the mound, and Shohei Ohtani continues his Cy Young campaign.